is there any way?
Dildo.
Still have things of oil, right?
Yes.
Is there any way we could pour enough oil? Oh no, because the platform's super raised up, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Shit. I was gonna say, could we pour enough oil such that the fire, like any like cinders coming from the fire, would light the oil on the platform and burn everyone up there? That would be pretty sweet.
It's certainly possible. It's a big platform. It's 10 feet across.
Yeah,
and-
we probably shouldn't rock the boat. Let's let them read the charts. Let's let the role playing go. Let's let things move on.
So there are stairs leading to a second level. They appear to be unguarded. As you approach, there is a serving maid walking along, and she's got glasses of what appear to be wine. And she approaches you and says, "Hello, would you care for white or red?"
Oh, red, please.
Of course, I thought that's what you might say. And she takes a glass of
Why didn't you insight checker?
thick, dark red viscous liquid and hands it to you with a knowing smile.
And I will
to a robot.
Oh.
I will down the quote unquote wine as I roll my tube arms at her sexily.
God, that's the best description I've ever heard in my life.
He's doing that McGregor warm up, you know?
Yeah. Really are.
I'm making little loops out of my arms.
The noodle arm. But you drink it, and like 100%, yes, definitely that is blood.
Delicious.
And make a constitution.
No, there's no Constitution save required. It's blood. It's definitely at least a little bit magical.
Gives it that extra kick.
Yeah, it's either enchanted maybe for freshness or taste, or maybe even the way it was gathered was magical. But there is some. It brushed up against magic at some point.
Oh boy.
But it doesn't appear to have had any ill effects on you.
Well, I mean, if it was poisoned or diseased, it wouldn't matter to me.
Right.
So,
but yeah, no, you can immediately tell there's nothing immediately that would immediately be harmful to an organic in here besides probably making them throw up because they just drank human blood. But after you take the sip, you look around and on second inspection, a lot of these people in here don't appear to be quite 100% people. Some of them are a little twisted. Some of them are, under long cloaks or things that are hiding, forms that might be much too spindly or appear to have a couple of extra legs. There are, and it's definitely it's almost like a masquerade of, if you don't look too hard, it's just a room full of people. On second glance, things aren't quite right.
All right. Gotta go with the masquerade there. I like that.
So are we in Wonderland? Is this the Red Queen's executions?
No. I did think of running a Wonderland campaign at one point, though.
No, but we're definitely not in Wonderland. This is definitely...
We're not in Kansas anymore.
So none of these guys here.
No, but there is a second story, however, and it does appear to be there's nothing preventing you from going up there.
Okay, well, I will head up there.
So as you go up there, the atmosphere changes about 15 to 20 degrees colder up here. Through no natural
like, actual me is definitely liking this place a little more. Nice and cool upstairs. Plenty of
it is.
You spoiled prissy robot.
And the most startling change is that the braziers along the wall have gone from the standard red of normal mortal fire to a spooky, uncomfortable green.
Like balefire braziers.
Yes.
Nice.
And they flitter and gutter along the walls.
I'm 100% on board with this.
And appear to be the source of that cold aura that's going over everything. As your hand moves towards one, it's definitely cold. But in that light, you see there are forms under red and black robes gathered. There is definitely a thick smell or stench of blood in the air, like fresh blood in the air here. And there are large spots on each on each side of the room for these big black palanquins that are set up.
Ooh. Where's our
Yeah.
guys?
And there's they're each set on what looks like an altar in a ring around the room, so that each one of them has an excellent viewing opportunity for the stake downstairs or in the center of the courtyard. And as you watch, occasionally someone will pass by and offer up a cup or a dish of something, and a long, slender, very pale hand with very, very long fingers will extend and gently take it and disappear back into the palanquin.
Excellent. Excellent. Now we know exactly which building that needs to be burned down.
All right.
And something else to note is that up here, almost no one seems fully human. Everyone appears to be a little warped. Maybe an extra eye, something out of place, claws instead of hands.
That's
So they're really
but they all appear to be in very high spirits.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so
they're
these
really
are
excited to be here and be freaky.
so they're definitely more than just like regular vampires. I'm pretty sure that's not normal for them. So they're really all fucked up and nasty and gross.
Yes.
Yeah, this is very much.
Probably nasty and gross.
I'm sure they still burn good.
Oh yeah, probably.
I hope so.
And then as the crowd parts, you notice that there is an altar in the center of the room that it contains what is very clearly a dead woman that's face down on it, and she looks to have been drained of all the blood, which is what is refilling those goblets. And there's neat little slots in the altar where you can set a glass and have it refilled.
Cool.
Gross.
Very.
Yep.
Very.
Really efficient.
Yep,
It's
they've
very
been
I know,
doing,
right?
Yeah.
they've clearly been doing this for a little while.
Evidently. I like it.
But-
If I was going to set up vampiric, like, sweet, lifestyle, conditions, that would be pretty much it. Just like, yeah, man, I got everything I want.
The only final thing of note is that there is one very large seat in the center of the room. It's like a cross between a throne and a perch. It doesn't have a back per se, and is clearly not designed for anything resembling a human to sit on, but it's certainly designed for something to sit on. It's empty right now, but it does certainly seem like something could take its place there at the prime position of the room. And there are cushions neatly laid around it as if for worshippers.
Hmm.
I see. So this building also functions as like a home away from home for them I am assuming that they occasionally have people congregate here and then give out their foul orders to. Maybe they worship them too, but
that would be a safe bet. Yes.
Like a secondary place. I'm assuming at the Vampire Keep they have many such rooms such as this.
Yeah.
That's
When you say-
also a safe bet.
When you say perch,
Mm-hmm.
what do you mean like a bird perch?
Yeah, sort of a cross between a throne and a bird perch.
So the thing for like Shalnath is
Yeah, that seems to be a good guess as to what it would be for.
Or an avatar of him.
Yes.
Hmm.
That's probably what this one is specifically for. So all the vampire monstrosities that all come here and all grovel to it.
Yes, as it watches its enemies burned at the stake in front of it.
Hmm.
So this perch also looks out to the fire.
Yes.
I was going to ask that before. You were unclear if that was inside in the interior part or in its own little
Oh
how it
yes,
goes?
no. This definitely looks out onto everything. It has an excellent view. The floor has been beveled and canted away to make sure that the view of the pillar in the center of the square is unobscured from every angle.
I see.
And it's tiered slightly so that if you're standing at the back, you don't have to peer over the heads of the people in front. Everyone can see the torture and murder going on below.
Oh, lovely. You know,
So
it's,
this
it's good that
makes-
they have a hobby.
This makes our plan more complicated having seen this, because we might have to, I don't know, let Erexian be captured so that they bring him here. But we know they'll probably just torture him and kill him or turn him if we do that. How can we like fake this execution? How do we insert our own fake execution into this?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is possible. On the
There's
other
also
hand,
a
the
shit ton
alchemist
of
does
guards.
seem to be somewhat unharmed.
Yeah, well, he's just an alchemist. He's not a Roxian.
Right.
Yeah, this is a bit of a damper in our plan.
Yeah.
When it was originally brought up, it was
Try
like,
not
oh,
to sound so disappointed, Steve.
Yeah.
Right.
Woohoo.
because
Oh,
originally
no,
when
you
this plan
can't
was
do
brought
it.
up, it was like, oh, they don't execute people very often. Now it's like, oh yeah, it's like a daily thing. Yeah, they're just executing people all the time.
I gotta wonder about, like, are they the only people that do executions here? I mean, how out of place would it be to like random people capture a Roxian and tie him up to burn him to death and tell
that
everyone
would
about
probably
it?
be highly irregular. If random people were just burning other people at the stake in the middle of the city that they control,
You're right.
they
Bag
would
of
have
holding
questions.
bag of
Well, like,
holding
you didn't-
plan starts to
where's,
sound
like-
good
like your
though, huh,
permit?
boys?
Like, do you have a permit to burn this guy?
Yeah, could I see your witch hunting license, please? Thank you.
Oh,
I don't think
boy.
I don't think they'd be too fond of witch hunters actually,
Yeah,
because they're
just
all like
immediately
witches and warlocks.
confiscate it.
Yeah. I like the
Like,
idea of a witch hunting license, though.
Well, don't you know that's what what's the guy's name in The Witcher?
Geralt.
Geralt.
Geralt. That's what he's got. He's just got a license. He just walks around like, oh, you're a Witcher, aren't you? Just because they all see it, he shows everyone his license.
Just casual.
So as
Hi,
you're
Mitch.
looking around, you hear the clang of a gong, and everybody falls silent and looks towards the stake where that in charge figure is starting to read out from the book. He says, "Hang on, what's this guy's name?"
It's a shame we didn't follow the alchemist after he said he was leaving.
I thought about it, but I wanted to get on with it. So yeah, what I'm thinking about right now is if a Roxian pulls a Jon Snow and just puts an arrow in him before he starts fucking talking.
That is not what's happening. Because
I'm sure you could get away.
all right, so we'll go from observing their movements to hope you memorized it now, bitch, because here it comes.
Just kill the guy on the pyre and run away.
Why don't
We'll just
you
stay
do
here.
it?
They won't even know. I don't have.
Yeah, we're not right on top of the sewer. You could pop an arrow into him and then hop into the sewer.
That would not work.
So
Don't do it
You're
unless
so
he starts.
optimistic.
Don't do it unless
No,
you start.
I'm going to get railroaded. I have a feeling. I'm just gonna.
I don't railroad. I've never railroaded a thing in my life. It's not true at all.
What about when you worked on the railroads?
It's different. No, but so this guy starts off, here we have, where'd it go? I lost it again. Damn it, it's so hard. Oh yeah, that's it. Jonas Skoden, alchemist, and what we formerly thought was a faithful servant of our benevolent lords. And everyone starts to go, "Ah," and there's like throwing rocks and stuff. You see a head of cabbage get tossed. The music changes to something that's creepier. And he says, "Yeah, here found trying to leave our fair city in the dead of night, with a bag full of forbidden materials.
Oh, he done fucked up.
How he got them, he won't say.
Oh,
Merely-
nice of him.
All right.
But we find him in violation of our law. And as you all know, the penalty for violating the master's laws and violating their trust is death by torture." And the four figures start to move. Like they light large torches and start to move closer to the wood piles. And Jonah starts freaking out. He's like, "No, I'll tell you everything. I know things." And they're like, "Silence, fool! Like you had your chance." And the four figures set light to the oiled wood beneath him, and his words turn into just babbled screaming. As you notice, those four figures and the head figure start to chant, and they are not chanting in Common or Draconic or any other languages you're immediately familiar with. But you notice that fire starting to change.
So not Gnomish?
No, definitely not Gnomish. That fire changes from red to a sickly yellow, to almost this deep crimson that casts off very little light, and the screaming becomes dissonant and atonal, and one of the figures makes a gesture with the dagger, and you see fonts of blood, like more blood than should come from a human being, pouring over the pyre and into the masses of followers around you, including around the ankles of our party in the northeast corner. It's pooling up around you. And does anyone who has detect magic on?
I do.
This is
Actually was going to tell you that I cast it when I was out there,
yep.
but
This is
I didn't want to interrupt your thing with the robot.
I'm trying to automatically assume that you got it cast from now on.
Yeah.
So this blood is definitely magical. It's probably from a different plane. And it's partially the blood of that alchemist, partially blood from something else somewhere else. But it definitely has it definitely has transmutative properties. Like if you were to get this all over yourself, it would probably do things to fundamentally alter your physical composition.
That's not good.
Good thing you're wearing shoes, right?
And it definitely also explains these storm grates.
Ah, yeah, they have to drain the blood.
Mm-hmm. And as you notice, there's sort of this jeering, wailing cry from the masses, and you notice some of them are like picking up handfuls of this blood and either drinking it or smearing it on themselves, and sort of cavorting in a vile, cultish way.
Disgust.
And most interesting is that a few of them seem to start, shaking and convulsing a little bit. Some of them seem like they've got, another form underneath their current skin that's making it bulge and twist in unusual ways as they writhe on the ground.
Meanwhile, I'm climbing up, I'm climbing the back of the lizard so I don't get any of my shoes.
He's scooting up him.
Get off my back.
No, I don't want any blood on me.
These
but
squishy skins are so.
One of these tortured, tortured figures sort of claws its way towards the roped off area and extends his hands towards the pyre, and he says, Chalnath, and the head honcho of the cultists makes a flicking motion in the air with that dagger weapon that he had, and the figure crumples, sliced neatly in half, and in a voice that is very soft but audible to everyone through, again, what is clearly magical means, he simply says, "You shall not speak his name."
Mhm.
Who got cut down?
One of the townsfolk who was like mid transformation,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, so
said
everybody-
said Chalnath in like a worshiping, supplicating way.
And who cut him
walked-
down?
The head cultist, the green figure.
Yeah.
Ah,
On this map, he's green. He's actually in black robes.
Mhm.
with the skull knee pads, right? I need a hero. But the alchemist is chanting
Sorry.
that.
Well, I for one was enthralled. So good job, Thomas.
Sorry,
That was pretty. That was good.
That was really
This
really
has been
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you guys. Shut up, Eric. I'm glad you guys liked it.
What? What did I do?
You were
You're
like,
like, meh.
meh, 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 you know.
I said
so-
yeah. I said
Oh, I
yeah.
I thought you went, and I was
That's
like,
what I
oh,
heard
you
too. Was,
hush. All right, all is forgiven.
You just hear what you want to hear.
Mhm.
But yeah, see, we recovered from the dungeon of sadness. We pulled it back.
Oh, are we done?
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna wrap it for today.
Yeah. It's a good spot.
Okay.
All right, it works for me.